Thanks, Sean. Hi, Mike. Mike, there are some guys on the team who have been in conversations for the awards that are given out at the end of the year, including you. Do you give any thought to your merits as a candidate for the Vezina Trophy?
It honestly hasn't crossed my mind once this year, to be honest. I haven't. So the least of my concern right now. I think if I'm playing well, helping this team win and getting to the playoffs was obviously goal number one. And then at this point in my career, there's only one thing I'm focused on right now. And I think everyone knows what that is.
Okay. Take us through what it's like for the final week of the season here. You guys know you're in. You're pretty sure you're going to finish second place. Does the approach change? Do you have to give yourself little extra reminders? Okay, like let's push to the finish line, or what's it like now?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I've personally been in this position before. I think a bunch of guys have on our team. It's not the easiest spot to be in. Obviously, we're excited about being in the playoffs. I think everyone's excited about getting going in important games. But saying that, I think it's something that's been talked about in our locker room that we don't want to be limping in. We want to be playing good hockey. We want to be doing good things in games. We want to be, implying our habits that have gotten us this place. It's too easy to switch it off, and then it's not as easy to turn it back on. So I think it's something that we've definitely talked about, and we definitely want to be playing good hockey going in.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
So the whole hockey world, Mike, is focused a little bit, on Connor McDavid and his 100 points. He might, get it tonight. He's had lots of 4-point games before. Maybe just a thought on, we know, what everyone thinks of him as a player. He's an incredible player. What about his season? What about peeling off 100 points inside 56 games? Give me some perspective on that.
I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's been a horse for us for sure, and obviously a big reason why we've had success this season, and obviously a special talent that just continues to improve, which is mind-blowing in itself. You see a kid that's been in the league for 5 years now or 6 years. I'm not quite sure the number, but you see how much he's improved already in that span of time. And, as an 18-year-old, he came in and was doing some pretty special things, but to continue to improve on it is a huge credit to Connor as a player and as a person, and the drive that he has to be an impact player every single night on the ice, which is something in itself. So obviously incredible feat, and I don't know why he's just settling for 100. I think there's higher goals out there that he can hit.
Do you, back in 1981, even you weren't born then yet, Wayne Gretzky scored 5 goals to hit 50 goals in 39 games in Edmonton here, and it's just the most memorable night ever, man. Everyone who played in that game remembers it. Everyone who was on his team remembers it. Is this a special night? If Connor can get to 100, are guys gonna, would be a lot of fun to be part of something like that, Mike?
Yeah, I think anytime one of your teammates hits a milestone, you're thrilled for him, you're happy for him, and Connor deserves it. He works extremely hard at his craft. People only see a tidbit of, how hard he works, to get to how good he is and to be one of the best players in the world that's ever played. So I think, like I said, it's a huge credit to Connor as a person, as an athlete, that he's never just happy with what he's done. He wants more. So I think that's it's something that I've noticed this year for sure. That just he's taken a huge step as far as being a big leader on this team, and not only on the ice but off the ice, and it's been fun to be a part of.
Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Mike, Ryan Miller's retiring at 41. Would you still like to be playing when you're 41?
I'm just taking it one day at a time right now. That seems like pretty far away already, but You know what I mean? I'm obviously Ryan's had an incredible career, and to be playing, you know, into your late 30s and early 40s is obviously a unique feat in itself. So I'm just really enjoying the ride right now, to be honest. I think it's I love to be on a playoff team. I love to be competing for the Stanley Cup, and to be doing it at my age is I'm still as hungry as I was when I was younger. So I think probably when that day is gone and I don't have that hunger for it anymore and that competitive aspect of it, I think probably it'll be time to hang them up. But I still have the drive to want to compete to win and to help this team do whatever I can to get where we want to go. And you know, it's been a difficult season, obviously being away from the family in a unique situation, but I still feel like I have a lot to give, have a lot to prove to not only myself but the rest of the people around. And I'm looking forward to, like I said earlier, playing in important hockey games again.
Goalies' wins and losses are the most important thing, as Grant Fuhr always told us, not, you know, save percentage and stuff. But there's only 5 goalies, from what I understand, of your age that have ever had a save percentage over .920, and they include Jacques Plante and Hasek and Luongo and stuff. Does a goalie save percentage? Is that something a goalie looks at?
I honestly haven't looked at my stats once this year, so I couldn't even tell you what they are, to be honest. And that's the dead heart truth. I want to win. That's it. It's plain and simple. I want to win. I want to help this team. I want to do whatever I can to help this team win. And on and off the ice, I'm just trying to be a good leader and try to do my part to push us in the right direction and to win. That's what it's all about for me. I mean, I couldn't agree with Grant more. I mean, that's why we play. That's why, you know, I've played as long as I have, to chase the dream and to, you know, to win as a team. Nothing's more fun than to win as a group, and I just love that part of it.
Jack Michael, 630 Ched.
Mike, you said earlier you're enjoying the ride, and you've been on a lot of these heaters over the course of your career where you're playing just really well. What's the difference when you're in the midst of one of these as opposed to when you're not? Do you feel it mentally or physically? Is there a tangible difference?
I mean, to be honest, Jack, it's hard to answer that question because every year is different. It seems like every year is different. The flow of the season's different. Your team changes. You know, I've played on multiple teams now, so you're constantly getting used to new players in the team and new surroundings. So I think I've mentioned this before in interviews. I think you just, as a goalie, you can't do it by yourself. And that's something that I really believe in. And you can do your part. And, you know, hockey's the ultimate team sport. You know, you're not going to win with 1 or 2 or 3 players. So you need everybody, and that's something that we've talked about, you know, over the course of the season. Obviously, we have, you know, 2 of the most talented hockey players in the world, but we're not going to just win with Leon and Connor, you know, and a goaltender. I think we need everybody. You know, I'm just one piece of the puzzle, and hopefully it's a right fit that we can do something special.
Have you gotten better in staying in these kind of moments than you did when you were 25? Are you better at maintaining?
For sure. I think, you know, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit I didn't handle myself very well as a young kid in this league, and the emotions of the game, the ups and downs, you know, outweighed the how I could handle it, and I feel like I have a good grasp on that now. Obviously, I've been through a lot of different situations in this sport, and none I've taken for granted, but have learned a lot from, and I think have made me a lot better player in this league at my age. And you know, I have a lot of, you know, people and teammates that have helped me along the way, but definitely have a better grasp on it at my age now.
Rob Tychkowski, Post Media.
You talk about pieces to the puzzle. When a team's going really well and you have guys like Connor and Leon and yourself who are just, you know, turning in these fantastic season. Sometimes there's not enough spotlights to go around. I wonder if you could maybe talk about the impact Darnell Nurse has had on where the Oilers are at this season.
Yeah, I mean, Nursey's taken a huge step in his career, and it's paid dividends for our group. He's been a huge leader for our team this year, on and off the ice, and he's getting rewarded for his hard work, and it's paying off for him. And it's, like I said, our team's reaping the benefits for a guy that's, you know, put in the time and the effort to, you know, to improve on his game. And you know, Nursey's played huge minutes for us this year, and like I said, has gotten reward for it on the scoreboard, but more importantly, has helped this group get to where we are. And he might get, you know, overshadowed by some other players in the team, but Nursey's had as big of an impact on the team as anyone else. So I think he deserves a lot of credit for sure.
Just on another line here, the NHL said today that the U.S. teams are going to get some of their COVID restrictions lifted heading into the playoffs for the fully vaccinated teams and players. Some light at the end of a tunnel as a player on a Canadian team. Are you eager to get to that point as well? And when do you see that day coming?
Yeah, obviously it'd be nice. I think we've been locked indoors for you know, it seems like quite a while. So obviously when you see stuff like that happen in the U.S., it's hopefully it's coming here soon, and we can go back to normal life at some point.